Howdy, explorers. This is Travel Partner Official, your go-to source for all things travel. Buckle up as we embark on a journey, unveiling the top 10 challenges that travelers like you and I encounter on our global adventures. From language barriers to homesickness, we'll dive deep into each challenge, providing you with tips and advice to overcome them. So, ready to become a savvy traveler? Stay tuned as we count down the top 10 challenges for travelers. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is the challenge of language barriers. Imagine arriving in a new country, a world away from home, only to find that the language on the street signs, menus, and in conversations around you is as foreign as the land itself. It's an experience that can turn the excitement of travel into a daunting endeavor. But don't be disheartened. There are ways around it. Firstly, learning a few key phrases in the local language can go a long way. Hello, thank you, please, and I'm sorry I don't speak are good starting points. Secondly, consider downloading a translation app. They can be a real lifesaver when you're trying to communicate with locals or understand written information. Remember, it's not just about getting by, but also about immersing yourself in a new culture and expanding your horizons. So, brush up on some basic phrases or get a translation app, and don't let language barriers slow you down. At number 9, we have cultural differences. As we voyage into foreign lands, we encounter a colorful array of customs and traditions, each telling a unique tale of the people who uphold them. However, these can sometimes lead to misunderstandings if we aren't careful. For instance, did you know in Japan, it's considered rude to tip? Or that in Thailand, touching someone's head, the highest part of the body, is seen as disrespectful. These are just a few examples of how cultural norms can vary widely from one place to another. It's crucial then to do a little homework before embarking on your journey. Understand the do's and don'ts, the etiquette and the customs. It not only helps to avoid awkward situations, but also shows respect for the local culture. So the next time you're packing your bags, remember to pack a little cultural understanding too. Remember, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Coming in at number 8 are travel scams. Now these can be as varied as they are deceptive. You've got the classic overpriced taxi ride, the infamous broken taxi meter, and let's not forget the friendly local who just happens to know a cheaper hotel. Then there's the more elaborate ones like the gold ring scam or the photo opportunity that costs you more than just a quick snap. But fret not. There are ways to avoid falling victim to these sly acts. First, do your research. Know the common scams in the area you're visiting. Second, trust your gut. If it feels off, it probably is. Lastly, always agree on prices before accepting services. Keep these tips in mind and you'll be less likely to fall into these crafty traps. Because let's be honest, no one wants their hard-earned vacation ruined by a smooth-talking scam artist. Stay alert and informed to keep your trip scam-free. At number 7, we have health and safety challenges. As we journey into the world of travel, it's essential to remember our well-being. Venturing to new places can expose us to unfamiliar elements. Thus, it's crucial to inform ourselves about potential health risks in our destination, such as disease outbreaks or altitude sickness. Getting necessary vaccinations beforehand can be a lifesaver. Make sure to research about recommended shots for your travel destination. It's not just about the journey, but also about returning home healthy. And let's not forget about safety. Travel insurance is not just a piece of paper, it's your safety net when things go awry. It covers everything from trip cancellation to medical emergencies, ensuring that an unexpected turn of events doesn't leave you stranded or in financial distress. No matter where your adventures take you, remember, your health and safety should always be your top priority. Halfway through our countdown at number 6 is budgeting. Now, money matters can be a bit of a pickle when you're out exploring the world. It's not just about how much you've set aside for your trip, it's about managing that budget effectively. Let's break it down. You've got your flights, accommodations, meals, sightseeing, and let's not forget those irresistible souvenirs. All these costs can add up quicker than you can say bon voyage if you're not careful. The trick is to plan ahead. Be clear about what you're willing to splurge on and where you'd like to save. Eating out every meal? Or perhaps splurge on that helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon. It's your call. And don't forget to set aside a little something for emergencies. You never know when you might need it. Remember, a well-planned budget can make your trip stress-free. At number 5, we have the challenge of packing. Now, y'all might think packing is as easy as tossing clothes in a suitcase, but there's an art to it. It's a balancing act, deciding what to bring on a trip, especially when you're tackling different climates and activities. Picture this. You're off to a tropical beach, but then you're headed to the mountains where it's chilly. You've got to pack a swimsuit and a snowsuit. And let's not forget about those adventure activities. Are you planning to hike, snorkel, or maybe even bungee jump? Each requires different gear. And here's a little secret. Rolling your clothes instead of folding can save you some space. Also, using packing cubes can keep your suitcase organized. Remember, the goal is to pack everything you need, but nothing you don't. It's a jigsaw puzzle, but with the right approach, it's one you can solve. So pack smart and travel light. Coming in at number 4 is navigating transportation. Now, we all know that the thrill of exploration is a big part of every trip. But let's admit it, tackling the maze of public transportation in a new city or country can be quite a pickle. Whether it's understanding the subway map that looks like spaghetti thrown on a wall, or trying to figure out bus routes in a language you can't decipher, it's a challenge that often leaves travelers scratching their heads. But don't you fret, there are ways to make this process easier. For starters, make good use of the internet. There are numerous online resources and apps available that provide detailed information about local transportation systems. They can help you plan your routes, provide real-time updates, and even translate foreign languages. Also, don't shy away from asking locals. They're usually more than willing to help a lost traveler, so do your research and don't be afraid to ask for help. At number 3, we have the challenge of finding good accommodations. Now, this can indeed be a tricky part of the journey. You're seeking a place that's safe and comfortable, yet doesn't drill a hole in your pocket. It's a delicate balancing act, really. Ever been surprised by a hotel that looked fabulous in photos but turned out to be a nightmare in reality? Yes, we've all been there. That's why it's crucial to check reviews and ratings before booking. Consider local guest houses or bed and breakfasts. They often offer an authentic experience at a fraction of the cost. And don't forget about vacation rentals and homestays. They can be a great way to feel at home while away from home. Lastly, always consider the location. Is it near the places you want to visit? Is public transportation readily available? Weigh these factors carefully to make an informed choice. Remember, a good night's sleep is essential for any successful trip. At number 2, we have itinerary planning. Every adventurer knows the thrill of travel can quickly become a headache when it comes to planning the trip's itinerary. Deciding which attractions to visit, how much time to spend at each, and how to balance rest and exploration can feel like a daunting task. Think of your itinerary as a roadmap for adventure. It should be flexible, allowing for spontaneous detours, yet structured enough to ensure you don't miss out on must-see sites. Start by researching your destination, looking into local customs and popular attractions. Prioritize your list based on your interests, and allocate time accordingly. Remember, it's not a race. Quality over quantity is key here. Consider downtime. Travel is as much about relaxation as it is about exploration. By allowing yourself some leisure time, you can recharge and fully appreciate your surroundings. A well-planned itinerary can help ensure you make the most of your trip. And the number 1 challenge for travelers is homesickness. It's a feeling that can sneak up on you, no matter how far you've traveled or how exciting the adventure. Even the most seasoned explorers can find themselves yearning for familiar comforts, the taste of a home-cooked meal, or the company of loved ones. Homesickness is a complex emotion, a mix of nostalgia, longing, and sometimes even a dash of loneliness. It can strike at any moment, turning an otherwise joyous experience into a moment of melancholy. But don't despair, there are ways to manage these feelings. Stay connected with your loved ones, even if it's just through a video call. Bring a small reminder of home with you, like a favorite book or photo. And most importantly, remember to take care of yourself. So, what's the takeaway? Homesickness is a natural part of traveling, but it doesn't have to define your trip. Remember, it's okay to miss home, but don't let it stop you from enjoying your adventure. Well, there you have it, folks. The top 10 challenges for travelers. From language barriers to homesickness, every journey comes with its share of trials. But remember, each challenge is a chance to grow, to learn, and to become a better global citizen. So don't let the hurdles deter you. Instead, arm yourself with knowledge and preparation. For more travel tips and advice, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe and safe travels, y'all.